Well, Mark, a couple of days later from the dramatic evening at Hewish Park, what's been your reflections since then? I mean, I guess just positivity about the 3 points.
Yeah, I think it's the 3 points is key at the moment to giving us that positive vibe, which we've got to keep going. We have to be better. We know that. Got a lot of new players, and but the longer we keep winning without playing well, gives us more confidence. And we've got to keep building. Every day is a chance for us to build and get better.
I know you spoke about perhaps not firing as you would hope in terms of the attacking play on Tuesday, but the positive was Ollie Thomas came and made such an impact. That must be really pleasing for you.
Yeah, we spoke a lot to the players that haven't started the games. They're just as important. They've got to be ready. So Ollie Thomas came on against St Albans. The subs came on against St Albans and made a difference in terms of making sure we kept our lead. And the subs came on the other night and made sure we got back in the game. And one went on to win it. And they have to be ready when they get opportunities. Every game there's going to be an opportunity for somebody to stake a claim to being in the team. And Ollie certainly did that the other night.
As did Jordan Young. He really impacted the game, didn't he? Must have been quite difficult to manage. Played a lot of football last season,
Yeah.
perhaps too early for him when he first joined, and now he's had to be patient.
Yeah, I think the fact that Youngie hadn't scored a goal or was weighed heavy on his mind, and probably still does, but I've got every faith in him. I think he's a terrific young player, and I think he'll be a big asset for the football club going forward.
And you spoke post-match about how you want to play with the ball. Is that something you really want the fans to know about you as a coach? Because you didn't really get the opportunity to implement it last season.
No, I always have been really for so many years, and I've had quite a lot of success doing it. So it's not been me being. This is about what we do. It's just the way I feel that we can dominate teams with the ball, and we had spells the other night. But when we did go backwards or sideways, there was negativity. That's fine, but they have to realise that we're trying to wear the opposition out. And I could turn around and say, well, in the last 10 minutes, if you look at the Truro team, there's a lot of them walking, and they can't quite cover the distances, which lead to us scoring the first goal and the second goal. So we are going to continue to try and, we are full time. We are going to try and continue to dominate the opposition with the ball. We've got loads of work to do, but we will get better.
And their manager spoke afterwards about coming to a place like Hewish Park. When those teams do come to a stadium of this quality, they're going to up their game, aren't they?
You can see it. You can see their energy. St Albans, Truro's not going to change. Big crowd, fantastic atmosphere. It's great for a part-time player. They come here, been to work maybe in the day, and they turn up. They get to play on a nice pitch, great stadium, good atmosphere. They're going to lift their game. But I spoke at pre-season. We have to deal with that. There's no excuses from us. We have got enough character to deal with that, and so far at home we've dealt with it.
And the expectation, as you say, is to win every week, but that's not realistic, is it? The 3 games have all been very close, but you've scored 4 goals, which is the positive.
It certainly has to be our aim to win every game. It certainly is our aim to win every game, and that's not going to change. We certainly don't go out to draw or lose. We want to win every game, as many as we can, and we're going to try and do that. But like, there's variables to football. There's 11 players against you, and there's 3 officials in this level, so it's not always easy.
How important have your more experienced players been, particularly on the pitch, when you got into that added time period on Tuesday? Players like Rhys Murphy, Cooper, just keeping the things ticking over.
Yeah, important, but I think it was the young players that came on and changed the game. You could come back with that one and say, like, Ollie Thomas is 18, 19, Jordan young, Zach Bell, young. They came on and give us the energy. So it's a mix. It's about the experienced players doing their bit. When we are winning, calming us down. When we're losing, making sure that we've got that energy and impetus to get us back in it.
Is that how you envisioned your side would be, a balance between the youth and the experience when you were doing your recruitment?
Yeah, you can't have too much of one thing and not enough of the other. So what the young players always give you is energy. Energy, legs, desperate to do well. And the older boys have got that little bit more experience, a bit more nous, so when it's a difficult situation.
Up next, Maidstone, of course, relegated alongside you last season, just played a team that's on the rise following promotion. Do you approach that any differently?
Like I always say, we fully respect every team we play against. The club, directors, fans, players, we fully respect who we're playing against, but I really feel that we have to concentrate on us. Maidstone have got their strengths. They've got, like every team, they've got some big strengths, and we have to, of course, we work on that, but we have to make sure that our identity is really strong and that and we stick to what we're going to do. And we don't want to change too much for anyone. And
you get to be at Hewish Park again, another over 3,000 on a Tuesday night in the National League South. It's quite incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, the amount of fans that have turned out to watch us in all 3 games has been incredible. And I think we suspected that was going to be the case, but to the level it has, I don't think we really thought it would be. And by us winning 2 home games, we'd probably get a bigger crowd, which is what we want. We want to keep them coming in and keep getting bigger and bigger crowds, because that certainly will spur the players on.
When we spoke before about the start of this run of 4 home games, spoke about the pressure that might bring on your side. Now you've got the 6 points. Does that pressure relieve a little bit?
Probably gets even more, but we need to thrive on that. I do. We need the players to thrive on that pressure and feel as though, listen, we're a big team, we're a big club. We need to thrive. We need to have that arrogance about us, and we need to have that real fire in our bellies. That if you're going to come here and get a result, you got to be really good, defensively, attacking. You got to be really good, and you got to compete against a good team. And we've got to have that arrogance about us.
And just lastly, is there any update on Morgan Williams or Jordan Stevens? Will we see them at the weekend?
Morgan Williams had a dead leg, so he's had treatment and some soft tissue stuff yesterday and today. So we'll see how he is tomorrow. Jordan Stevens is had a scan. He's probably not as far ahead as we thought, but we're only talking days rather than weeks. But what we want to do is make sure that once he's back, he's fit for the rest of the season, and we don't lose him again, and because he's going to be a massive player for us.
Thanks for your time. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you. Pleasure.
No, 80 minutes, you're a goal down, things suddenly changed. Jordan Young came on. I don't know if you put it down totally to his involvement, but I mean, it just exploded, didn't it?
Well, Ollie Thomas, Jordan Young, Zach Bell all came off the bench, and like I say, they gave us that added impetus, that youthful energy. Ollie Thomas was a real handful when he came on. Jordan Young showed his pace and trickery. So it has to be. It's not just about the starting 11. It never can be, really. If you're looking at a change of game, and you've got to sometimes look to your bench, and that's what we did.
But you clearly have got a lot of faith in your bench because you're using them. They come on and they've made a difference on Tuesday night. But the crowd was another huge crowd really for this sort of level. You were saying on the radio that you've got to earn the trust of the fans.
That's right.
Do you think you're going that way now?
We only do that by winning games.
Yeah.
So I think if you look over the last sort of couple 3-4 years, that it's just been a constant decline, and there's been a real separation, I think, between the players and the crowd, the match day experience. And I think what we've got now is we've got a really good match day experience for the fans, and we want to give them something to shout about. But 2 wins is probably not enough. If we win 5 or 6, I think they'll really get behind us, and that's what we want. And if we do get to that stage, then the crowd's going to get bigger, which is what we all want. But I stand by that. I'm not blaming the crowd here, but we have to earn their trust back, that they really go with us. And do you know what? We've got a team out there that we really believe in, and we're going to back them to the hilt, and that's what we want to try and earn.
And the team is slowly but surely gelling together. You must be pleased that all your new players are settling in well and beginning to show themselves. Yeah,
we're still a long way short where I need, or where I'd like us to be. Got lots of work to do. Again today, we go and work, and tomorrow, when you have a lot of new players, it can take a while, and yeah, we've got work to do. We're nowhere near the finished article yet, and we have to strive to be a lot better, and that's what we're going to do.
another point you made. I mean, do you feel that you're going to get a lot of late equalisers or winning goals with the fitness levels coming into play?
I think so. I think when teams come here, they're going to do what they have, and we need to take it to the wire and use our fitness. And like Marcus Stewart said something to the players before the game the other night, that at half time, patience, it might be the 85th minute. And we spoke after, and I said it's going to be, a lot of the games will have to be like that, because teams are not going to come here and make it easy and risk, a hiding. They're going to come here and make it difficult, and we have to be ready for that.
I mean, do you think you're building on the sort of Fortress Hewish Park influence on the other teams?
It's only a fortress if you win games, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a fortress if you win one, lose one, win one, draw one. It has to be a win, where teams have a real fear factor of coming here. And we need to have that, where they understand that if they're going to come here to get a result, they have to do everything nearly spot on for 90, 100 minutes, whatever it is.
Yeah. And the extra time, how did you think it worked out on Tuesday night?
I think we'll slowly see that start to decrease. It already has. I think it was, 3 minutes in the first half? 5 minutes? That's gone down from 9 and 8 in the first game. And I think you'll slowly see that throughout the football leagues, that it'll start to come down, because I don't think people will put up with it. But when he put 5 up, I was quite happy, because it was 1-1 at that time. We scored straight away, and then I wish it had been a bit less, but no, it is what it is, and we just have to deal with that.
Did you notice any sort of slackening off from the players' point of view of the, not necessarily the over players, I hasten to add, but the histrionics generally, which the referees are looking at and saying, "Oh, there's another 5 minutes," sort of thing?
I don't think that'll happen overnight. It'll take time. It's because it's happened for so many years. Some people say it's part of the game and game management and all that. You're taught, a lot of that is taught and tactical, but that'll take a long time, I think, to come out of the game.
Well, congratulations on the 2 wins on the trot. Make
Thank
it
you.
3, please, on Saturday.
We're certainly going to try.
Keep it going, Mark. Well done.
Thank you.
First Tuesday Saturday of the season. How much of a headache has that given you ahead of the weekend, with the performance of the subs coming on and managing fitness?
No, that's great. It's good. That's what we want. We want a competition for places. Firstly, we should be able to deal with a Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. We've got a good squad. We've got a strong bench, players that are desperate to play. So the job for me is managing that calmly, making sure everyone feels part of it, and making sure that we get the right amount of minutes into the players. The more experienced boys that are starting, that we don't overcook them, and we give them time to recover, and also making sure the younger players get enough minutes to keep them motivated.
Last season, the team struggled to score goals at that end of the pitch.
Yeah.
So far, all of them have been at that end of the pitch. How much of a relief was it to see Jake Wannell's header go in to win that game on Tuesday night? Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. It was a lovely moment, wasn't it, for that to go in, and I can remember looking at the Thatcher's end when it went in, and it was. It was great. It was great to see that moving like it was, and we want more of that. And like I say, we've only just started. We've got to keep building.
And there were grumbles in the crowd during the game. How is it to find that balance of the players inspiring the fans and the fans inspiring the players?
I think the players have to inspire the fans, but I think at the minute we feel like if we have 7 or 8 passes, the next one we have to bash forward because the crowd are. But we need to be patient at times. We need to draw. Like I said, teams are going to come here and put a lot of bodies behind the ball, and if we just bash the ball up to the forwards, they've got more bodies than us there. So we have to try and draw the opposition out for us to create better chances, and that will happen up and down the country. You watch the best teams. You watch Man City last night. They have to be patient. They have to keep playing, and eventually the opposition cave in, and they can't keep covering those gaps. So we will continue to try and do that. We don't want to bore the pants off everyone, but we want to try and be a bit more controlled, which I think will lead to us having better chances.
Each game's been quite different this season. First one this week against a team that came down with us. Is that easier to prepare for, or are they all the same really in terms of preparation for you?
Yeah, they're all the same. Like I said, we fully respect George, the manager, the players, the fans, the directors. We respect that. It's a good club, and but we just want to win. We want to get 3 points. We want to send our fans home happy, and put another 3 points on the board.
Good luck this weekend, Mark.
Thank you very much.